You ditch the wheat to get healthy, so you buy this box of gluten-free cookies. But what if I told you this healthy cookie might spike your blood sugar faster than the regular one? Research shows that nearly 30% of Americans try to avoid gluten, believing it's a healthier choice. But today, we are busting the biggest myth in the grocery store: the gluten-free health halo. We are swapping 5 processed GF foods for options that actually support your wellness. The third swap is a breakfast staple you need to change. Hi, welcome back to Tefa. Important educational, only not medical advice. If you have celiac disease, you must avoid gluten. This video is for the rest of us avoiding it for health. Marketing has taught us that gluten-free equals good for you. In fact, a market analysis showed that consumers are willing to pay up to 240% more for products labeled gluten-free, assuming they are buying better nutrition. But often when manufacturers remove gluten, the protein they have to replace it with something to keep the texture. Usually that something is pure starch. By the end of this video, you will know how to spot the fakes and find the real superfoods. The myth: GF cookies are a healthier treat. The fact: look at the ingredient list. The first ingredient is often rice flour, potato starch, or tapioca starch. Let's look at the data using the glycemic index GI, which measures how fast a food raises your blood sugar. Table sugar has a GI of about 65. Whole wheat flour is around 74, but rice flour, it can have a GI as high as 95. These are highly refined carbohydrates. They lack fiber and protein. Without fiber to slow it down, your body turns that starch into sugar instantly faster than if you had just eaten a spoonful of sucrose. You might be avoiding gluten, but you are not avoiding the insulin spike. The swap: almond flour or coconut flour cookies. Almond flour contains roughly 12 grams of fiber per cup, compared to less than 4 grams in rice flour. Nut flours are rich in fat and protein. This slows down digestion and keeps you full. Look for grain-free rather than just gluten-free. The myth: GF bread helps you lose weight. The fact: most commercial GF bread is dense and dry, so they add extra sugar and oil to make it palatable. A comprehensive 2017 study published in the Journal of Human Nutrition and Dietetics compared over 1,700 products. They found that gluten-free breads had on average 50% less protein and significantly higher fat and sugar content than their wheat counterparts. Plus, slice for slice, it often has more calories. It's a metabolic double whammy: high-calorie, low-nutrient density. The swap: lettuce wraps sourdough if tolerated, or cloud bread. True sourdough undergoes fermentation, which breaks down much of the gluten. Or skip the bread entirely and use a collard green wrap for a crunch. The myth: corn pasta is a great vegetable alternative. The fact: corn pasta is gluten-free, yes, but it is still a high-carbohydrate processed food. It is structurally very similar to wheat pasta in how it affects your blood sugar. If you look at the macros, 100 grams of corn pasta contains about 75 grams of carbohydrates. Wheat pasta contains about 70 grams. Biologically, your pancreas cannot tell the difference. It's not a vegetable serving. It's a grain serving. The swap: 100% buckwheat soba noodles. Check labels. Or spiralized zucchini. Buckwheat is actually a seed, not a wheat, and is rich in magnesium. The myth: GF pretzels are a light snack. The fact: GF pretzels are usually made of cornstarch and potato starch. They are pure, empty calories. Nutritionally, potato starch has almost 0 grams of protein and 0 grams of fiber. Because there is no nutrient density to signal your satiety hormones, like leptin, you eat the whole bag and remain hungry. This creates a cycle called rebound hunger, where your blood sugar crashes an hour later. The swap: roasted chickpeas or edamame. You get the crunch and the salt, but you also get fiber and protein. This keeps your blood sugar stable and stops the cravings. The myth: cauliflower crust pizza is always low carb. The fact: be careful. Many frozen cauliflower crusts use cauliflower powder mixed with You guessed it, rice flour and tapioca starch. I checked a popular brand's label recently. One serving had 28 grams of carbohydrates. Only 1 gram came from fiber. Some have just as many carbs as a regular pizza, because cauliflower is the 3rd or 4th ingredient, not the 1st. The swap read the label. Look for crusts where cauliflower and cheese/egg eggs are the main binders, not rice flour. Or make a pizza, meat-based crust, for a high-protein option. Here is your rule. Naturally gluten-free is best. An apple is gluten-free. A steak is gluten-free. These are single-ingredient foods. A processed cookie is still a processed cookie. Check the label on your GF snacks today. If tapioca starch or rice flour is in the top 3 ingredients, swap it out. Remember, gluten isn't the only thing to watch. Overall nutrient density matters most. Don't let the health halo cost you money and health. If you want to know more about decoding food labels, let me know in the comments. Stay smart and see you next time.